Hey guys, so welcome back to another episode of Fail My Friday. In today's case, we're going to be talking about the Morrisville Massacre. I don't know if you heard about it. It happened like 3 years ago in a town in Pennsylvania. So if you haven't heard of it, keep watching. And I guess let's just go and get started.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Of course, our story starts with our older killer, Shana Selena Decree, and she was born on March 3rd, 1973. So the other younger killer, Dominique Kyran Decree, would be born on June 14th, 1999. Shana would actually have two other children named Damien Decree Jr. Damien Decree Sr. is the father of Dominique and Damon Jr. And so she had another daughter named Nariah Smith, who was like 25. Damien Decree was like 13 when this happened. And so there was at one point where Damien's school would like call after Damien had missed like 10 days of school. Many of the calls never really got an answer. And so then Shana, when she finally answered, she said that she wanted to homeschool Damien. Damien's father had even came to the apartment at one point, but they would never let him in. January 2019, remember Nariah Smith, the 25-year-old, she was engaged to be married, but actually moved into this crammed one-bedroom apartment. And so whenever her father came to visit her, she would never open the door and just speak to him, like, through the door. And then she also told him that she was getting ready to see the pearly gates. She even stopped talking to her fiance. Police would be called to do welfare checks on the kids, but they didn't take the kids away. This is said to be because there was food in the house and it didn't look like they were abused, so there was no like real reason to take them away. Jamila Campbell, who was 41, she was also living at the apartment with her twin daughters, Amani and Erica Allen, who were born on March 5th, 2009. So you got Shana, Dominique, Damien, Nariah, the twins, and Jamila, all in this one-bedroom apartment. Nariah and Jamila were actually said to actually have their own places, and so people thought it was weird for like 8 people, which I think I counted 8, to be live in this crammed one-bedroom apartment if these other 2 adults had their own place. And so, however, there was like a source in the family that said that the family was scared of leaving the apartment because of like demons and like the end of the world coming. And so the last visit from social workers before the murder would be in early February. And so then a couple of days before, a caseworker had made an unannounced welfare check but left no answers, she had left before leaving a card. And so on the fateful day on February 25th, 2019, a caseworker would make a visit to the Decree apartment again. They would get a maintenance worker to access the apartment. The apartment, of course, was a mess, which the worker, which apparently was the same one, said it wasn't a mess the last time she was in the house. And so they would find the bodies of Damien, the twins, Jamila, and Nariah all on the floor. Apparently one of the twins' body was actually under someone else. Like they initially thought it was 4 until they saw one of the twins. Shana and Dominique would actually be found unconscious in the bedroom. Dominique had a bleeding wound from a knife that is in her mugshot. So if you look at her mugshot, you see there's like injuries to her neck. So that's where that's from. Jamila had actually had a 17-year-old son named Joshua, who was in another house in Willingsboro at the time of the murders. He was never considered a suspect. They just wanted to make sure that he was safe, and luckily he was. So both Dominique and Shana would be questioned later, but gave like contradicting reasons as to like what happened. Both would even say that Jamila's boyfriend, because apparently she had a boyfriend at the time, and 2 other unknown males were in the apartment, and that they just happened to be the 2 only survivors.
Bullshit.
They even went on to say that all 5 of the victims, so including the 9-year-old twins and the 13-year-old, were all suicidal and they all wanted to die.
Bullshit.
However, the sister, Jamila, she was the only one that said to have died from strangulation, while the others died of asphyxiation.
Gotcha, bitch!
So Dominique's statement said that Shana killed one twin, Damien Jr. and Nariah, while Jamila had actually killed the other twin, and only then to be killed by Dominique. Someone had apparently tried to strangle Dominique, but failed, which is why there was like noticeable marks on her neck when she was arrested. So of course, both were tested by psychiatrists and believed to have schizoid personality disorder, major depressive disorder, and PTSD. The sad thing about it is they both did try to get help, like, prior to this incident happening. It's even said that Dominique has even had help all the way back to the age of 5, and apparently she was, like, 19. And so something that's really sad about it, Damien and Creed, remember he's the father of Damien Jr. and Dominique. He was so sad over the death of his son and the fact that his other child will be now in jail for the rest of his life because of her involvement with the death of her son. He even tried taking his own life with an insulin overdose. He also believed that the two of them were actually in a cult and deserved to be in jail for the rest of their life. Both, ironically, would actually plead guilty in exchange for not being on death row. So yeah, that was the case of the Morrisville Massacres. I hope you learned something new with this case, because, you know, I definitely did. I mean, what do I not? And so, I guess as tragic that is, make sure you guys are looking out for your family members, because you never really know what anyone's going through. And so yeah, I will see you fatal families in the next one. Bye!
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red, oh.